There is a $600 wood chipper sitting on a Home Depot pallet right now that will be a paperweight before the leaves fall. It will start fine the first weekend. It will chip a few apple branches and make you feel like you got a bargain. And then sometime around hour 8 or hour 10, the carburetor will gum up, or the blade will dull on a piece of oak, or the drive belt will walk off the pulley. You will go online to order a replacement part, and you will discover something the manufacturer is counting on you not to discover until it is too late. There is no replacement part. The company that took your money has no parts pipeline in the United States. We are going to expose exactly how this scam works, name the 2 brands you should never touch, and show you the only 3 chippers actually worth buying in 2026. If you walked into Home Depot this weekend and looked at the chipper aisle, you might believe you were looking at 12 different brands competing for your business. You see Landworks, you see Super Handy, you see Power Smart, you see Great Circle USA, Built Hard, F-Cut, AlphaWorks, and Predator over at Harbor Freight. You assume these are different companies, run by different engineers, building slightly different machines for slightly different buyers. That is an illusion. The reality is that most of those brands are the same physical machine, sold by the same handful of importers, sourced from the same cluster of Chinese factories. One Southern California company called Great Circle USA owns or distributes Landworks, Super Handy, Great Circle USA, AlphaWorks, and several other storefronts you have never heard of. The replacement blade kits sold on Amazon literally cross-list as fitting both the Landworks LCE06 and the Super Handy GU0019, because they are the same hopper bolted to the same engine, painted 2 different colors. One is blue, one is orange. The hardware is identical. The only thing different about them is the price tag and the sticker on the side. And the moment any one of these chippers fails, you will discover what these companies built their entire business model around. The trick that makes the entire cheap chipper market work is the engine label. Walk down that aisle and look closely at what is bolted to the front of every sub-$700 gas chipper. You will see the same number over and over again. 212 cubic centimeters, 7 horsepower, overhead valve, no brand name, just a generic horsepower sticker. That 212 cubic centimeters engine is a Honda GX160 clone, manufactured in China by one of 3 factories, Rado, Lonsin, or Ducar. The Predator chipper at Harbor Freight uses all 3 depending on which production run you happen to buy, which means a replacement part for one Predator may not fit another Predator with the same model number on the box. The Landworks unit uses a Rado. The Super Handy uses something called an AlphaWorks engine, which is just Great Circle USA's house brand label slapped on a Chinese engine of unknown lineage. Power Smart, Great Circle USA, Built Hard, and a dozen other Amazon storefronts are pulling from the same factory floor. Now look at what happened to one of those engine suppliers. Lifan, which built the engines on a generation of cheap chippers sold across America, filed for bankruptcy reorganization in 2020. Every single chipper sold with a Lifan engine before that date is now an orphan. There is no warranty network. There is no authorized parts source. There is a Chinese phone number on a website that no longer answers. That is what happens when the company holding the engine label decides it is done with the American market. And there is nothing stopping Rado or Ducar or any other Chinese supplier from doing the exact same thing tomorrow. Now compare that to a real engine, a Briggs & Stratton Vanguard, a Honda GX160 with the actual Honda emblem, a Kohler Command. When one of those fails, you have a national parts network behind it. Briggs & Stratton ships replacement carburetors and ignition coils same day from at least 6 major retailers. Jack's Small Engines, Repair Clinic, Parts Tree, e-replacement parts. A Briggs carburetor overhaul kit costs $15 to $25 and arrives in 2 days. An ignition coil for a Briggs 17.5 horse engine is $30 to $55 on Amazon Prime. Honda Power Dealer ships GX160 rebuild kits for under $20. There are MTD chippers from 25 years ago that still have full parts diagrams cataloged on Repair Clinic, ready to ship. Now try to do that with a Landworks. Go to Landworks' own website right now and try to buy a replacement carburetor. You cannot. Try to buy the LCE06Y hammer. Amazon's own listing reads, quote, "Currently unavailable. We don't know when or if this item will be back in stock," end quote. Try to buy a PowerSmart 209cc carburetor. PowerSmart's own store says, quote, temporarily unavailable, end quote, with no estimated date and no replacement option in stock. But the engine is only half of the problem. The chipper blades on these cheap units are made of soft, unbranded steel. Patriot Products, a real American chipper manufacturer in Wisconsin, recommends sharpening their blades every 6 to 8 hours of actual chipping. The cheap import blades dull in about half that time. And when they dull, the chipper does not just slow down. It bogs the engine, throws material back at your face, and starts to overheat the bearings. A Walmart reviewer of one popular Super Handy unit reported that a 1-inch branch was thrown back so violently it twisted out of his hands and almost hit him in the face. A former Home Depot employee on the Arborist site forum reported that return rates on the cheap 5-horse chippers ran above 50% during his time on the floor. Half of every batch came back broken. Then there is the customer service problem. Sunjoe sells an electric chipper called the CJ603E. It costs about $150 at Home Depot. It requires a small internal wear plate to operate. That wear plate has been listed as out of stock on Sunjoe's own website for over 2 years. While Sunjoe continues to actively sell the chipper, there are owners on Trustpilot who have been waiting more than 700 days for a part the size of a credit card. One Sunjoe customer, with 12 different Sunjoe products in his garage, tried to file a Better Business Bureau complaint and got told to just buy a new unit. The Better Business Bureau profile for Great Circle USA, the parent of Landworks and Super Handy, is filled with the same pattern. Parts back-ordered through the entire summer. Phone calls stop being returned. Amazon refuses to mediate after the 30-day return window closes. So if you take only one thing away from this video, take this. The two brands to never buy in 2026 are the Sunjoe CJ603E electric chipper and any gas chipper from the Great Circle USA family, which means Landworks, Super Handy, Great Circle USA, and AlphaWorks. These are the units that will fail inside the first 10 hours and leave you with no way to fix them. A poster on the Bogleheads investing forum, who claims to have personally toured the factories where Harbor Freight chippers are built, posted 4 words: do not buy one. Now stack all of that against what happens when a Patriot Products chipper fails under warranty. There is an owner on Patriot's own website whose Vanguard engine threw a rod at 15 hours of use. He took it to a registered Briggs & Stratton repair shop, who confirmed the engine was defective, and replaced the entire engine, for free, under warranty. That is what a real parts network and a real warranty look like. That sentence does not exist in the Landworks universe. It does not exist in the Super Handy universe. It is the entire reason American manufacturing used to mean something. That is the difference between buying a tool and buying a paperweight. So if the entire under $700 market is a trap, does that mean you have to spend $10,000 to chip a few branches? No. It means you need to know exactly which 3 chippers are worth your money in 2026. Tier 1 is the Patriot CSV 3100B. This is the homeowner unit I would buy myself. Patriot is independently owned, manufactured in Pewaukee, Wisconsin, founded in 1992, never sold to a private equity firm, and never sold to a conglomerate. The CSV 3100B uses a genuine Briggs Vanguard 305 cubic centimeter commercial engine, 3-inch chipping capacity, 3-year warranty, approximately $1,800 to $2,300 depending on dealer. Every single component on this machine has a U.S. parts pipeline behind it. The blades are sharpened, not replaced, and a full kit costs around $60 to $120 when you finally need it. This is the unit Patriot will replace the engine on, for free if Briggs & Stratton confirms a defect. Tier 2 is the DR Pro 410. DR Power was acquired by Generac in August of 2015 for about $73 million from a private equity firm called JH Partners, and assembly has been moving from Vermont to Wisconsin since 2018. Buy with your eyes open about that. But the engines are still Briggs & Stratton, the parts network still works, and the chipper itself is still well-built American assembly. Roughly $1,100 to $1,600 for the 4-inch capacity unit. If you have storm-blown oak limbs every fall and the Patriot's 3-inch throat is going to feel cramped, the DR Pro 410 is the right tool. Tier 3 is for the heavy user, the Bandit 65 XP used. On June 7th of 2018, Bandit Industries became 100% employee-owned after the founding Mori family rejected both a private equity buyer and a strategic competitor and chose instead to sell the company to their own workforce. A new 65 XP cost $22,000 to $27,000, but on Machinery Trader used units with 1,000 to 1,500 hours run $12,000 to $22,000. These machines are rated for 5,000 to 8,000 hours of service life. Hydraulic feed rollers that pull material in by themselves at 550 pounds of feed pressure. A massive 26-inch steel disc flywheel that does not bog on 6-inch hardwood. 8-tool steel knives that cost about $145 a kit and last over 100 hours of hardwood chipping. A used Bandit at $15,000 will outlast 3 Patriot chippers, 10 DR Pros, and 100 Landworks units. If you live on 5 wooded acres in Vermont or upstate New York or the Pacific Northwest, and you are clearing storm damage every spring, this is the only chipper that will not break your heart. But here is the secret that nobody selling chippers wants you to hear. Most homeowners should not own a chipper at all. If you have 1 acre and 3 shade trees, you are going to use a chipper 4 days a year. Maybe. Home Depot rents a 6-inch Vermeer BC 700 XL for $215 to $315 a day, including damage waiver in most American markets. United Rentals will rent you the same machine in Denver for $232 a day. 4 days a year of renting comes to about $1,200 annually, and you walk away with no storage, no winterization, no carburetor varnish, no orphan parts. The break-even for owning a real chipper is around 4 to 6 chipping sessions per year. Below that, the rental yard wins every time, and you go home with a 6-inch commercial machine instead of a 3-inch toy. The chipper aisle at your local Home Depot is engineered to make you feel like you are getting a deal. The horsepower numbers are inflated. The brand names are made up. The engines come from factories you cannot find on a map, and when the unit fails in year 1, the company that sold it to you will be selling the same machine under a different name to a different sucker by spring. Do not buy from a brand you have never heard of. Do not buy from a company without a U.S. parts pipeline. Run the 5-minute test before you spend $1. Search the engine model on partstree.com. If you cannot find a stock carburetor, a stocked blade, and a drive belt with a real cross-reference, walk away. Patriot, DR Power, Bandit used, or rent the Vermeer. Those are the 4 honest answers. Everything else on that aisle is built to break, sold by people who will be gone before your warranty runs out. They are counting on you to be distracted by the 7 horsepower sticker on the engine. They are counting on you to believe that 12 different brand names mean 12 different machines. They are counting on you not to read this far. If you found this useful, hit subscribe for more no-nonsense breakdowns of the equipment American homeowners actually need. Check the engine, check the parts pipeline, and never trust a horsepower sticker without a name on it.